Here's a lesson on going through the process of multiplying a decimal fraction by a single digit whole number. And then one of the things that you got to think about too, as far as making sure your decimal point's in the right place, just kind of using an estimation to confirm that it really is true. Make sure it's not false. That's really helpful and can kind of make this, especially when you've got multiple choice, just to kind of make it easier, or at the very least just to check your work that you've done, if you've done a full multiplication problem. So what we're looking at on number 1 here, it says choose a reasonable product. So the word product means answer for a multiplication problem. Explain your thinking in the spaces below using words, pictures, or numbers. So words, pictures, or numbers are all options on this one. So if we have 2.1 times 3, what we can do as our estimation is just think about it. 2 is in the ones place, so is 3. So it's the equivalent of 2 times 3. We know 2 times 3 is 6, so the answer is probably going to be 6.3. If we wanted to go through and kind of think about it, 2 sets of 3 is equal to 6. Another way to look at it, so that's using words. If we were going to say in terms of pictures, and we wanted to say 3 times, this is a 2 here, and this is a 1/10 here, and we wanted to work them out with the area diagram. 3 times 2 is 6. 3 times 1/10 is 3/10, so our answer then is 6.3. That matches that, so that's kind of using a picture. Or if we were going to do it just old school number style, 2.1 times 3. 3 times 1 is 3. 3 times 2 is 6, and we have a tenths place involved, so we bring our tenths place to here. The next one we're looking at is, if we just kind of ignore these two things, we're looking at 4 times 6. I know that's not going to be in the thousands. I know it's not going to be in the hundreds. I know that 4 times 6 is 24. So that gets us really close. I know it's both of these numbers, 4 and 6, are both bigger than 2. So that can't be it. So this must bump up to 25 because of this 27 hundredths that we're also saying times 6 on. So I'm going to use that area model this time, and it's telling me I can go words, pictures, or numbers. I'm just going to go that picture style again. So if we go 6, and up here we've got 4 ones, over here we've got 2 tenths, T-E-N-T-H-S, over here we have 7 hundredths, H-U-N-D-R-E-D-T-H-S. And remember, you can go through and just make it as the number 100 and put T-H-S after it if you want to. I know 6 times 4 gets me 24. I know 6 times 2 tenths is going to get me 12 tenths. I know that 7 times 6 is going to be 42, and if it's 42 hundredths. I know that for every one in the tens place out of a number like this, it's going to bump it on over, so this is going to become 4 tenths. So this is going to be 2 hundredths. This right here, if we add 4 tenths to 12 tenths, it's going to end up being 16 tenths. So that's going to put 6 in the tenths place. In this one, because it's bigger than 10, it's going to move on over. That's how we ended up with that 25. So now it matches, because you got 25 and 62 hundredths. That matches that we had there when we kind of did our estimate to start with. Let's do another estimate. 9 times 4. 10 times 4 is equal to 40. So we know that 9 times 4, if we take 4 away from 40, that's going to be the same as 9 times it. That's going to get us a 36. So if we look over here, we also too know that 8 is close to 10. So it's going to be bigger than 36, but it's going to be really pretty close to it. This is just a boring 4. That's a 4. That's 4 times 1 is 4. 4 times 9 is going to be way more than that. And then this is in the hundreds. 4 times 9, nope. This is in the thousands, 4,000, nope. So we can say this is really close to 36, isn't it? As far as compared to these other ones. So now when we go through, and let's do the other way. 4 and 82 hundredths. Now we're saying times 9. That's going to get us 18. We have to carry. And I know that that's going to be close to 80, but it's going to be less, 8 less than 80. That's going to be 72. 73. Because we carried a 1. And then we've got that 9 times 4 again, which is 36. And then we add this one. So we start at 36, 37, 38, 39, 40, 41, 42, 43. 43. And we can see that this answer matches that one. So we must be doing okay. Now let's take a look at the next one. Moving to some word problems here. I'm checking my time, see how we're doing. It's not showing me the time on here. Oh, 6 minutes. I'm doing all right. Tim is painting a storage shed. He buys 4 gallons of white paint. So we'll say this one's white. And it's 4 GAL, 4 gallons, and 3 gallons of blue paint. So we'll draw this out. 3 gallons blue. Each gallon of white paint costs $15.72. So this is going to be $15.72, and we're going to say that it's times 3 because, 4 gallons. Nix that. Oops. 4 gallons, not 3 gallons. I was thinking of blue. And each gallon of blue paint is going to be $21.87, and we bought 3 of them. So this time we can say a legit 3. Last time I was wrong. So if we multiply those, then we find out how much he spent on white, how much he spent on blue. But what they're asking us is all. So we're going to have to take the total between those two. So I'm going to go ahead and move it up here because this looks just too messy to me. So 1, 5, 7, 2. 1 in the tens place, 5 in the ones place, 7 in the tenths place, 2 in the hundredths place. So now we're going to say times 4. 4 times 2 gets us 8. 4 times 7 is 28. Carry the 2. 5 times 4 is 20, plus 2, 22. Carry again. 4 times 1 is still 4. 5, 6. We have 2 decimal places in our problem, so we have 2 decimal places in our answer. So this one is white. Now let's calculate the blue. 21 and 87 hundredths. $20 bill, $1 bill, 8 dimes, 7 pennies. Now we're going to say times 3 on that one to get the blue. 3 times 7 is 21. Carry. That's going to be 3 times 8 is 24, 25, 26. Carry our 2. 3 times 1 is still 3. 4, 5. Bring down that decimal so we don't lose it. 3 times 2 is 6. So this is blue. Now we add them together. I'm going to go ahead and just take this one and put it underneath here and then add them together. So I'm going to have a 6 in the tens place, a 2 in the ones place, an 8 and an 8 in the hundredths and the tenths place. So we're adding 8 plus 1, 9, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14. Carry. 5, 6, 7, 8. I know 6 plus 6 is 12. So the total paint cost is going to be $128.49. Now let's move on to the last one. We are looking at time. Double check, double check. We're at 9 minutes, 44 seconds. So sold ribbon at 3 yards for $6.33. She bought 24 yards of ribbon for this project. So how much did she buy, or how much did she pay? So this is how much she bought altogether. This is 24 yards. We know that every 3 yards is $6.33. So if we think about 3 times what gets us 24? Oh, that's right. We just worked with this up here. That's actually 3 times 8 because we had it here. 3 times 8 got us 24. So if we break this up into 8 equal pieces, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, and then here's your 8th piece. I know that really doesn't look very even, but just pretend for me. Each one of those is $6.33. $6.33. So I could go through and I could do a repeated addition, or I could just go $6.33 times 8. 8 times 3, again, 24. 3 times 8, 24, 25, 26. Carry our 2. 8 times 6. 8 times 6. Remember 7 times 6 that we solved up here? That was a 42. So 8 times 6 is going to be 42 plus 6 more. Because 7 times it was 42. Now we add 1 more 6. So we think 2 plus 6. 6, 7, 8. So it's going to be 48. And then we carried a 2. So 48, 49, 50. $50.64 is the total that she paid. Okay, so for your homework for lesson 12, let's pull this out for you. We're at a little bit more than 11 minutes. We're doing all right. Here is the exit ticket for this one. I'd like you to go ahead and try both of these because the estimation goes pretty quick. So you're thinking about whole number times whole number. Which one of these gets you pretty darn close to that? Because you've got a 0.1 in there, it's going to be a little bit different than just 5 times 2. This one you've got 4 in the whole place and 8. Think about that. Which one gets you pretty close? This should go lightning fast. Estimate an answer for this. 7 13/100 times 6, and then it's asking you to explain again. But then you just choose. Do you want to explain with words? Do you want to explain with pictures? Or do you want to explain with numbers? What would work best for you? So that's it for that lesson.